There's a few things that they pick up, lessons from Next Level Cities, as they describe it, that I think I want to pick up on here. So the first of those is pursue the good urban life. What Next Level Cities do is driven by what this paper terms the civic imperative. So that's the pursuit of collective well-being, seeking to respond to the question, what is the good urban life? I like this. I like this way of thinking. It's like, what do humans want to do? Build the mobility around that. The transport hierarchy, in a way, is facilitating this. Even the most ardent, angry, pink gammon driver with their massive SUV has to get out of the vehicle at some point and walk. And I bet they are irritated when they have to walk along across a big car park. I bet they're irritated when they have to park the thing either in the urban core or in the suburbs and there's no space. So actually look at that, build on that. Like, oh, well, okay, what makes that experience more pleasant? What are the ways that would make you feel better? If you actually could just walk to the local cafe and pick up. Of course, the other thing is that we have, big supermarkets and other retail parks have pushed us into the idea of retail life, and that you do the weekly shop or the 2 weekly shop. The weekly shop is a made up thing that we just has it's a convenient thing to do when there is a big supermarket that you drive to. But actually, it's an extremely if your food is getting wasted because you're having to think ahead and planning meals ahead. Is it the right way for us to be in the world that we live in, the carbon conditions that we live in? Is that the right way to do things? Well, for some people, it might well continue to be. People with time poverty, for example, who don't have the time during the week to do small shops. But actually, for a lot of people who might have the comfort of driving, particularly in flashier cars, then maybe doesn't suit them. And actually having a shop nearby suits you. And actually, for most people, if you ask what they want their urban realm to be like, they want to go down to a nice little local shop. They want to go to little grocers nearby. They want to go to a little cafe and have a coffee in the sunshine. These are things that people want. And so building the way that the urban fabric works around those stories of what people want their urban life to be like is a good idea. Number 2, combine idealism with objective analysis. So this is kind of making the point that, like Next Level Cities, as Jonathan describes, don't follow the herd. They look objectively at what they inherit and where they want to go next. They take the time to explore what others have done. And when they try something new, they pilot it at a meaningful scale so they can fully scale it later if it works. Yeah, for sure. You kind of have the idealism. You go, we want to do this. But we also do pilots so people can get buy-in and get excited about areas where things have worked nicely. And if things don't work, then that's great. Cities can fail. Lesson number 3 is that you work across professional divides. Individual initiatives are seen as contributing to this broad goal, and it's the placemakers who are in charge rather than the engineers. Abso-bloody-lutely. Do not give highways engineers any power or jobs, actually. No, I'm being mean, of course, highways engineers. Lots of you out there have retooled yourselves to understand that traffic flow is not the priority. Those, of course, who do still think that traffic flow is the priority are dinosaurs who should be out of a job, of course. But you guys, the highways engineers out there, it's your responsibility to do things better. And if you don't want to be out of a job, then in the new regime, then and highways engineers are absolutely needed in the world of doing what the placemakers tell them to do according to the transport hierarchy and that kind of urban fabric story, the story of the urban realm that people want to prioritize, which rarely, frankly, involves the car. Lesson 4 is learn by doing. I like this one. Forward-thinking cities are in a virtuous circle of trying, doing, learning, and failing better. Failure is fine, so long as you have piloted in the right way and you learn the right lessons and tell the right story about those failures to the public. But it is the right thing to do big pilots, because invariably, if it's well thought through, just initially, then the public are going to kind of enjoy it. That's always been York. I think of the rare few examples of good low traffic neighborhoods and sort of traffic filters that have been put in. The Groves being a good example. I don't think anyone in there would want that reverse now. Go out and do those surveys, which I haven't seen, but I would love for a decent survey to be done. The people who are now no longer have a constant line of loud traffic going through them outside their window are probably much, much happier about that.